Hey there, we in the library are excited to have you back this school year. Before you come back to the library for lunch, though, we wanted to be sure to go over a few rules so that we all know what to expect. The first rule, if we could only have one rule, it would be this one. Be nice or leave. Thank you. I love this quote from the kid president. It's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to be mean. But we do have to have a few other rules. So aside from that main rule, we have just a few others. Number 1, to have lunch in the library, you have to have an academic purpose. Number 2, we ask everyone to stay seated. Number 3, leave furniture where you find it. And number 4, eat only in the Bobcat Den. So let's go over those a little more thoroughly. Number 1, we need you to have an academic purpose. Do you want to check out a book and read it? Do you need to use a computer to work on a school assignment? Do you want to quietly study? The library is a great place for you during lunch. Do you want to hang out with your friends and socialize? The library is not the best place for you. Perhaps go to the Bobcat Den or the cafeteria. And these girls are saying, but we're good kids. We're not causing any trouble. And that mean librarian is saying, sorry, if you don't have an academic purpose, you need to find another place to hang out. The rule number 2, unless you're actively looking for a book, you need to be seated in the library. Why is that? Why do you care? Well, standing around in the library has no academic purpose. You need to find a purpose and get busy, or sit and socialize with your friends over lunch in the Bobcat Den. Here's the why, if you're somebody who needs to know why. One person standing by themselves is no trouble at all. 2 people is usually not much trouble. By the time you get 15 or 20 people standing, it's a big problem. And if I don't say no to the first one, it's very hard to say no to 15 or 20. So our rule is have a seat. Number 3, please leave furniture where it is and limit the number of guests to the number of chairs available. What is the largest number of guests that should be seated in this area? This is a little quiz for you. What do you think the answer is? If your answer is 3, you are correct. But hey, I have 4 friends. Is it okay for me to move this chair so my 4th friend can sit with us? Take your time to think about that one. If your answer is no, furniture needs to stay where it is in the library, then you are correct. Please do not move the furniture. Number 4, the Bobcat Den is the only place in the library where food is allowed. So here are some of the rules for the Bobcat Den. They're really the same, but the border of the Bobcat Den is the half wall by Miss B's desk. Keep food inside that area. Clean up after yourself. Throw away your trash and use a wipe to clean your table when you leave. Stay seated. If there are no chairs left, you need to find another place to eat. And leave furniture where you find it. Please don't move chairs. And remember that first rule, be nice. I just had a couple of other pictures of the Bobcat Den in here so you can see where the line is, the half wall and these sides right there. Okay, so we have a few special rules for special areas. During Flex Lunch, the back of the library is a quiet study area. If you need a quiet study area, this is the place for you. If you need to talk, even if you're studying with a group, this is not the best place for you. If you have a study group or you need a quiet place to record a podcast or you have another special need, ask a librarian about scheduling one of our study rooms in the back. Please only use these rooms with the permission of a librarian. You can also use the library lab during lunch, but we have a few rules. Preference is given to students who need to use computers for academic purposes. We don't allow violent video games or violent videos. And fair warning, we now can monitor what you are doing on the computers. Oh yeah, and those other rules. No moving chairs and no food. Our makerspace area. Do you need to work on a poster for class? Do you enjoy origami or you want to create something? Do you want to use our other makerspace materials to make? This area is for you. Do you want to sit at the table just to talk with your friends? Do you want to sit at the table to look at your phone? This area is not for you. Please find an area more appropriate for these activities. And finally, the last rule. This is our entrance here, the main entrance. And the same rules apply here that we've already discussed. Please leave furniture where you find it. Everyone in this area must be seated, and food is only allowed in the Bobcat Den. Is this the Bobcat Den? No. Then no food is not allowed. Thank you very much for listening to the rules of the library, and we can't wait to see you in here. Thank you.